So I know there's a lot of B2B marketplace founders here in the community, and one of the questions that was actually added to the doc is, with the kind of I would say, lower interaction and kind of lower frequency of purchases, does it typically take longer for network effects to start to form with B2B marketplaces, or?
To answer the question, yes, but not because of frequency. So you see low frequency marketplaces in the consumer space as well, right? So you can still the path to liquidity is sort of different, depends on how differentiated the supply is, how hyper-local it is. If you have both of those, it's very, very hard to build liquidity. The bigger issue with B2B marketplaces is not frequency, it's the distribution channel. So by and large, for most consumer marketplaces, consumers you can acquire via a scalable channel. Now, you can debate whether paid advertising is profitable or not, and the unit economics might suffer, but it is scalable. B2B marketplaces, especially the ones that are challenged, tend to have this issue of trying to do direct sales on both sides. That's obviously a very long, slow process. So, you get one buyer on board. He wants to buy something. You go, all right, I think that seller has something. You get that seller on board. You put them together. It's not really a fit. Then you go find another seller. And meanwhile, you have the existing seller and you need to find a buyer for him. And so it's really hard to transition from this brokerage to an actual scalable marketplace. So if you really want to scale that B2B marketplace, you need one side to have scalable acquisition channels. Like there's occasional situations where you might be able to, do SEO or paid advertising for that side, like Alibaba for as an example, right? But in the vast majority of cases, that tends to not be the most effective way. The most effective way is buyer to seller virality, where either you focus direct sales efforts on the buy side or the sell side, and they onboard the other side because you give them a tool or some sort of financial services like invoice financing that incentivizes them to bring on board everybody they transact. So that's a very, very good hack. Like Fair, probably one of the most successful B2B marketplaces, like they have that at the core of their marketplace. The second is situations where every customer plays both the buyer and seller role. And in that case, you're just doing direct sales to customers and then populating your network or your marketplace on the back of that. You don't have to worry about which one's a buyer, which one's a seller. They will end up doing both. So those two I tend to focus on quite a bit. Those tend to be very structural. So if you don't have that and you're forced to do direct sales for both sides, then you're probably not in the right space. It might be better to think of another area or maybe potentially experiment with other GTM channels to figure it out.